Hello, I'm Jad Abumrad.
And I'm Robert Krulwich.
This is Radiolab. Our topic today is sperm.
Yeah, a little wiggly cell that, along with male pattern baldness, seems to describe everything you need to know about being a man.
And speaking of which, let's ask now one of the bigger questions that you can ask in a show about sperm, which is, why are there sperm? Why are there men?
What?
Yeah, why are there men? This is a real question.
A biological question which is completely baffling.
That is Steve Jones.
Hi, hello. I'm Professor of Genetics at University College London.
He wrote a book called The Descent of Man, where he speculates about how we men got our start and why we've managed to stick around so long. That's the real question. Here's his theory.
Well, let's imagine ourselves in the primeval soup, okay? 3,000 million years ago. It was actually minestrone because it was lumpy by then. And the lumps were cells.
Hello.
And
To reproduce,
these cells,
what they'd have to do is gather up their energy and all on their own split in half.
made copies of themselves, which are more or less identical.
Most of the time. The normal flow of events is these cells are copying. Every so often there would be a copying error.
Hello.
A mutation. These were happening all the time.
Hello.
Most were harmless. But
Let's imagine that one of these mutations caused the cell that received it to behave in a different way.
this new cell,
How you doing?
through the randomness of nature, it had acquired a talent. Instead of dividing on its own, it figured out that it could save some energy if it could
Swim up to another cell,
How you doing?
burrow its way in
and force that second cell to divide.
How you doing?
By so doing,
Not only was it avoiding a lot of work,
it was copying its own genes. And at that moment, males were born.
How you doing? How you doing? That's what you're saying? Is that guys are essentially moochers? Like they
well,
live
that's how
off-
we got our start, according to this theory.
Males began with selfishness.
These little cells began to mooch off of other cells.
Right.
Then they figured out, over time, they could mooch better if they got smaller
As small
and faster.
and as mobile as they possibly can. Because then they can fuse with more and more of the other kind of cells and persuade them to divide.
So now,
Yeah.
if you want a definition that encompasses all males everywhere,
From oak trees to elephants to humans to fish, there's only one real universal definition of what it means to be male. It's the sex that makes small sex cells, and often lots of them.
that's it. We make the small sex cells.
That really is the mark of the male, having a tiny sex cell.
Meaning you, me, Steve,
Yeah.
at the core of it, our maleness is defined by these little tiny swimming packets of genes, what we now call sperm.